name is Yvette Pegues, and welcome to Disability Life TV. We're here today with some special guests, but let me tell you a little bit about how they came to be. So when I met my husband, here's the deal. I was in Florida, he was in Memphis, we met in Vegas, long story, different show, but what changed our lives, what made me a mom, what gave me hope and strength are my beautiful children. Who would have known after a traumatic brain injury and spinal cord issues that my life would change and so would theirs? We had this amazing new normal, and these beautiful human beings I am so proud to call my sons. So welcome everyone. We'll learn a little bit about these special people in my life, and we'll learn a little bit about what they've been up to. So let's start with you. What is your name?
My name is Isaiah Pegues, and I'm a published author.
Ooh, he jumped the gun there, but isn't that exciting? All right, and what is your name?
My name is Isaiah Pegues, and I'm a published author.
So, I hope you heard them clearly. They are published authors. We're going to get to that in a moment. But first, tell me a little bit about yourself, Isaiah. What do you like to do? What languages do you speak?
I speak Korean, Chinese, Spanish, English, of course, French, and that's it.
That's it? So what do you call someone who speaks all those different languages?
Polyglot.
Polyglot. That's a lot of languages. It is. And how old are you?
10.
10. What do you like to do? I know these answers, but they don't know the answers. Tell them what you like to do.
I like to play soccer, play baseball, play tennis, play roller hockey, and play basketball.
That's a lot of playing and a lot of driving for Mommy and Daddy. But we're so proud of you. How about you, baby? Tell me about your languages, things you like to do, your favorite subject in school.
I'm a polyglot, and I speak Korean, Chinese, Spanish, a little bit of French, and that's it.
Mandarin? Did you mention
Oh, yeah.
Mandarin?
Yes.
Excellent. How old are you?
7 years old.
Tell me what you like to do.
I like to play video games. I like to play soccer. I like to play basketball. And that's it. And tennis.
And tennis. So, ladies and gentlemen, needless to say, we're a pretty busy and active family. But before we got to this point, something happened to Mommy. Anybody want to talk about that? Sure, Elijah.
So, my mommy's brain slipped into her spine, causing the brain water couldn't get where it needed to go. So, so some medicine can't get to the pain from outside, so doctors have to go inside, and they cut my mom's hair.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. So tell us a little bit about what you think happened to Mommy.
I think that your mommy gave you a genetic condition, which the doctors had to go inside and help you. Then they had to cut your hair, and then you showed us your stitches.
Yeah. Do you guys remember how old you were when that happened?
7.
And you were?
5.
So basically, when my oldest son Isaiah was 7 and my youngest son Elijah was 5, Mommy was diagnosed with Chiari malformation. And as a result of that, my children got an incredibly different lesson than I expected. They learned so much more about the brain, so much more about my genetic condition, as you've heard my voice say, and they put it in a book. So let's talk about that, my love. Tell me what you like, what you learned, and what you know about the brain.
I like that I wrote the book. I know that the brain is soft and squishy. What I know about the brain is that it sends messages to your body parts before you do it.
Before you do what?
Move or do something active.
So what does that mean? What do you mean it sends messages? Explain that to me.
So your brain, so you think of it, and then your brain sends a message.
Think of what?
So what you're gonna do,
Okay.
like if you're gonna punch someone.
Wow. Let's use a different example.
If you're gonna kick a soccer ball,
Okay.
your brain thinks of where you're gonna kick it. Then it tells it sends a message to your legs, and then then you kick it.
So the brain's pretty important, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know you know a little bit more about the brain, but let's talk to your brother for a minute. Elijah, tell me what you know about the brain.
The brain controls everything that you do, and without the brain, we wouldn't understand anything in life, like cars or flowers.
When you say understand, what do you mean exactly?
Like know what those things are in the world.
So are you talking about like smelling and seeing and touching? Okay, well let me hear you say some of those things.
You want it controls the time, how many times your heart beats, and without your brain, you wouldn't be able to think.
So what does it mean, controlling your heartbeat? What is that called?
Rhythm.
Rhythm. So the brain controls your rhythm? Your heart's rhythm? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, ma'am.
It's pretty exciting. Okay, so do you remember exactly when Mommy had her brain surgery and what happened next? Because there's some questions in this book that you asked. So tell me, why did you write the book? Isaiah, start us off.
Because we wrote the book because we had questions, and then we had questions, and then Mommy answered them. But then we we asked questions. What about other children? What if they want to know the answers to those questions too? So we wrote the book to help other children understand about the brain.
So this book is by?
Kids for kids.
I like that. So what was happening in school around the time that you wrote this book? Tell our viewers.
People were picking on us about our mom coming to school.
Why?
Because they were different from their moms.
How was I different from everybody else's mom?
Because the other moms that were in wheelchairs and walkers.
And what else did I have around my neck?
A neck brace.
Yeah. So it didn't look very comfortable at their school. So they got a lot of feedback that they were able to put into the book. Is that about right? How about you, son? Tell me.
So
What were some of the things that made you want to write the book?
So at school, people were laughing at me and asking, "Is that your mom?" And then were laughing really hard and teasing me. So I wrote the book because some children asked questions about why my mom had brain surgery, and I wanted to let them understand why.
And what did you say? What was your answer when they asked you why?
My answer was, buy the book and you will see.
Ha! I hope you heard that. Say it a little louder.
Buy the book and you will see.
So, a couple years later, after being bullied and asked questions that are now in the book, he says, buy the book. So tell me, what happens every time someone buys one of your books, Isaiah?
It goes into our college fund.
Yay! And what does that mean exactly?
I got more college money.
Do you already know which college you want to go to?
No.
How about you?
Yes, ma'am, I
Which
do.
one?
I want to go to Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. So tell them what you have on your wall.
On my wall, I have a poster that says GT with the mascot of Georgia Tech.
Excellent. So you already know where you want to go for college.
Big
So
time.
what do you want to be when you grow up?
An engineer,
Excellent. Why?
because my mom was an engineer.
Is. Still
Is.
is. Still not practicing, but is. That was way too much work to just drop. I'm going to keep that title just like I'm going to keep the mommy title long after you guys are gone from the house and you have your own homes. You're always going to be my baby boys. I love you guys. Tell me a little bit about what you would like to do and be when you grow up.
I don't know what I want to be yet when I grow up. I think I'm going to be an engineer and a chef. And, what was the other question?
Just what you want to do when you grow up, what you want to be.
And I just want to, when I grow up, I'm going to be a chef and cook for the little homeless people.
That's awesome. Tell everyone about your little ideas being a chef.
So, me and my brother, which is Isaiah, my brother and I, made a deal that we would make this restaurant called Chef Bros.
Is it Chef Bros? You changed the name again?
Chef Bros. Chef Bros is for little younglings.
Younglings? Okay.
Yes, younglings in training, cooking.
Oh,
Twin
okay.
Bros.
Okay.
Twin Bros is
Where where the grown-ups actually make the food, and then we're gonna have children's daycare and video games and a big arcade.
That's a lot of
ball pit.
free.
Really? Okay. Well, I don't know that we've had
Except
this.
the food. The food is not free.
The food's not free.
Yeah,
Well,
we,
for
we
the
still have
homeless.
we still have to pay the light bill.
Okay, that's a good point.
But and we drive in a truck to homeless shelters on Saturdays and Sundays. We're closed on those days because we're not closed.
We're open, but we have church service.
That's true. So is it fair to say that you're working on your business plan, getting all the details down?
Learning how to cook for my mom.
Learning how to cook from me. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about cooking and mommy and some of the things we did after the brain injury. But first we need to take a short break to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors have allowed us to be on the BizLinks TV network, so we have to pay homage to the people who support us in what we do every day. So please stay tuned, and we'll talk a little bit more about these two chef engineers or engineer chefs. I don't know, I'm learning it every day, something new, something great, but at least they have plans, and I'm excited to introduce my world to the Disability Life TV world.
Bye.
We'll be back.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
What happens when soldiers come home? Brene Foundation offers hero support to ensure that our heroes abroad can continue to be heroes at home. We link veterans with organizations who are dedicated to guiding the transition from military hero to civilian hero. If you want to find out how you can support our troops at home, please contact the Brene Foundation or visit brene.com.
Does your son need a more challenging, focused, and encouraging educational environment? Renaissance Christian Academy is an affordable private school for boys located in McDonough, Georgia, with certified teachers that are uniquely equipped to help your son master learning. You're welcome to schedule a tour of our facilities by calling 770-305-9881 or by visiting our website at rcaboysacademy.org. Renaissance Christian Academy, developing young men to be great leaders through Christ-centered learning.
Welcome back, D-Lifers. Before the break, we were speaking with two young junior published authors. I'm sure they'll correct me if I say it incorrectly. But we were talking about these young men being chefs and engineers and already having written a book. Imagine, if you will, when these young men apply for any university, and on that application they say, I published a book at 5 and 7. I'm a polyglot. I already have engineering in my family. I've taken STEM courses. We had no idea, no plan for this to be the case, but their genius has had such an amazing opportunity to shine. So as shy and as reserved as they seem, I want you guys to know that these boys are amazing. They're amazing to me, which is why I wanted to introduce them to you. Again, my oldest child, Isaiah, is 10, and my youngest child, Elijah, is 7, almost 8. Where did the years go? Did you hide them and get big and get rid of your baby face without me knowing? They have sideburns now and they wear ties. I'm so proud of you guys. I just want you to know how much I love you and how proud I am of you. So tell us a little bit about the questions you asked in the book. When we read that book, there are some specific questions that you asked after brain surgery.
Is my mommy gonna die?
That is the question that woke me up, ladies and gentlemen. My son wanted to know if I was going to die. The reason he asked that is because he hadn't seen me horizontal for more than minutes at a time, but instead, after my brain injury, I was laying down for weeks. And it scared me to think that I was scaring my child. And as I mentioned in maybe another episode, I sat myself up, if it took tying me to a chair, I needed to be upright. So this young man didn't grow up with memories of fear that his mother was going to die. Do you remember the answer to that question?
Yes. Every living thing's gonna die one day, but Mommy and Daddy made sure that that my mom took brain surgery so she won't die faster than she needs to.
Very good. Did Mommy cry a lot?
Sometimes because she was happy to be our parent, and sometimes she was sad that she had to relearn the things that she already learned before her brain surgery.
So was my brain injury your fault?
No, ma'am.
Did Mommy talk to you about that early on?
Yes, sir.
What did Mommy tell you?
That is not our fault. That is not our fault that you're crying or you're in pain. Sometimes you're crying because you're happy and you're glad to be your parents, and sometimes you're just sad because you can't do the things that you used to, and you can't do it with us.
Exactly. So that is a perfect transition into what we did next. Anybody want to talk about those big old boards we put together? All right, go ahead. You go first.
We made a dream board, and it has all the things that we want you to do with us, and relearn, so that you could do it with us again.
Anybody remember one of the first things that went on your dream board? What was it?
Florida.
Going to Florida.
No, that's the second dream board you did. It was something to eat.
Macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. So my boys just wanted Mommy to be able to make them macaroni and cheese. So let me tell you the importance of a dream or a vision board. I had no plans. Again, this was all God. Having a teacher brain, which was my right brain, the brain that did not get affected by the brain injury, I felt like I needed my children to be part of our new normal, part of the changes we were making. So taking their temperature regularly, making them understand that Mommy cares enough to know how you're feeling today and tomorrow and the day after that. So what we did together is we created dream boards. And the dream boards were the things that they wanted to do differently, things they wanted Mommy to set goals for. And macaroni and cheese was on that board. Have I made you macaroni and cheese lately?
A lot.
So I mastered that. So that particular dream came true. Tell them how we created and put the dream board together. You want to talk about that?
First you have to get a magazine, then cut it out, and then take glue and glue it to your dream board.
So what are we cutting out in the magazine? How do you know what to cut out?
You cut out your pictures. Your dreams, basically, your dreams that you want.
Things you want to see happen, right? You want your dream to come true. Does that make sense? Is that about right? How about you? Tell me about you.
So, some of my dreams were, driving an airplane.
Okay.
Riding in a Bugatti.
And a Bugatti. Okay.
Going to Florida where you were born.
Right.
Getting a humongous sized Lego set.
Lego set, of course.
Yeah!
Okay, so what did you have to do differently? Because I think your book talks about that. And let me just pause for a moment and tell you that although the book is called My Mommy Had Brain Surgery and I'm Okay, it is a book for kids by kids that talks about disability in the home, changes, life changes. So it's not specific to only parents and families who are suffering with a disability related to the brain, but any disability, because there are a lot of things you have to do differently afterwards, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to talk a little bit about that and tell our the people watching what were some of the things you had to do differently after Mommy had brain surgery?
Help Mommy up the stairs.
Yes, yeah, that was hard. What else? Right.
Pick things out of Mommy's way.
They're watching you. They can't see your beautiful eyes. What else? Speak clearly. Speak clearly.
We also had to not yell in the house.
Not yell in the house. What else?
And
Anything else? Not that you can think of. How about you? What else?
We couldn't yell in the house while you were sleeping.
Right, which was a lot. What else?
We had to open, when we go out new places, we had to open the door for you unless it has a handicap button.
Right, right. That's true. What else?
That's it.
Now, what do we have to do as a family when we went out? I'm in the chair.
Hold on to my mommy's chair.
Crossing the street.
When we're crossing the street, I wanted my babies close, in the chair or walking. So that is one of the things that we had to do. So I'm really excited that you were able to help Mommy get better by moving things out of my way, right?
Yes, sir.
Getting closer as a family, right?
Yes.
So how about some things you weren't really happy about having to do differently? You can go first, Isaiah.
Stop playing to help mommy.
We can't hear you, baby. Speak clearly and talk to the people
Stop
watching.
playing to help mommy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like in the store when we're playing the phones, we need to help you, and we don't really like stopping.
You don't.
Because we're playing like Spider-Man games and Flappy Bird games and all that.
Lego games.
Now, did Mommy give you a choice sometimes? If it wasn't an emergency, what did Mommy say? It's okay to say no?
Yes,
Do you remember
sir.
that? So one of the things I wanted to make sure people understood is my disability is my limitation, not my children. So here's an example. If we were going up steps and there was a ramp on the other side, I would take the ramp and the boys and my husband would take the steps. I wanted them to have an experience that was relative to their ability. So they didn't have to take the ramp because I was taking a ramp. And also, I felt that it was very important that if I asked my boys to do something and they didn't want to and it wasn't an emergency, no was an acceptable answer. Because I wanted them to have the choice and to grow as young men who wanted to help and had empathy for other people, but not with a responsibility at the age of 5, 7, 9, and 10. So that's one of the things that they may not have seen that I did, but they're comfortable even 2 years later saying, Mom, if I said no, that was okay with you. And it gave me the strength to figure it out on my own. Problem solving is one of the most important gifts and attributes that you can learn as an engineer and an individual. So even if I had a choice to have a fully accessible home, which we don't have just yet, I would not change everything to accommodate me, where my children, on the other hand, would have to stoop and bend and get low to the ground to get to the things that I needed to access. So some measure of just challenge really made me stronger. So yes, we're looking to move to a more accessible home. These two have not voted in yet. But my husband and I, who I have to mention is my knight in shining armor, agrees that I need access to the full home. And I believe they'll be happy there too. But I know you're not happy about it today. You want to tell us why? You have the squinty eyes about moving?
I can't run up the stairs.
We can still have stairs. But my bedroom needs to be on the main floor so I can get to the action, the kitchen,
the basement.
The basement. What are some of the things that you've noticed even 3 years later that Mommy still has?
You probably need 2 chairlifts so you can get down in the basement.
That's true. There's parts of the house that I still can't get to, right? And getting in and out of the house is still a little hard too,
You can
right?
get everywhere except the basement.
Right.
We have to help you down the stairs.
Yes, I need a lot of help. But again, I ask, I don't tell. So how about some exciting things that we've been able to do as a family, even with this wheelchair in the way? It's okay. It's okay. Who wants to go first? This is what I deal with, y'all. Okay, big brother, gotta go first. Go ahead.
Okay, so we got to drive in a car with hand controls, so my mom can drive.
And tell them about what that driver's chair does.
The driver's chair shifts left and right, up and down, and it will let you move like whatever position you want.
So it's a 6-way. So I can actually turn the chair outward, transfer, and then turn it back inward toward the steering wheel. So it is accessible. And you want to bring up some things too?
We go to PGA Superstore, and we can play golf.
So
On this electric machine where you use real golf balls and a real club.
So basically, it's adaptable. So we play golf, we do sled hockey, we snow ski, right? So there's still so many adaptable activities that we can still do.
Wheelchair snowboarding.
Wheelchair snowboarding. With these boys in a competitive home where I'm the only girl, I have to stay on top of them and I have to stay active, which I've always been, but they encourage me to continue to do great things.
Don't worry, Mama. You're not the only girl soon. Her cousins are coming.
Yeah, like Kai, Auntie Davida, Tasha.
As you can see, we have house guests. House guests that they can't wait to see, but then when they get there, who knows what happens. Let's close this out. tell everybody what you would like to do next.
What I would like to do next
They're watching.
is I would like my mom to be able to walk again.
Oh, we got to put that on the dream board.
I would like my mom to be able to play basketball and soccer with me.
Basketball, I think I could do in a wheelchair. Soccer, we got to figure that out.
Special type of wheelchair.
Special type of wheelchair, special type of process. But what's more important, I think, for our D-lifers out there, and we look at diamonds in my lives are my children. My husband is an absolute amazing man, and I'm so excited that even though I'm the only girl in the house, that he is the role model for them to make their lives different than the life that I had, to make it better. But more importantly, everyone, the D-Life diamond that I'd like to share with you is you're only as disabled as you want to be. You choose your level of disability. And when there are children, the small whispering voices in your home, those voices that don't always have their own space, you need to listen when there are no words being said. Watch their behavior. Watch the things that's going on in school. Disability could be as simple as something that you may not have on a prescription pad. Maybe it's just a bad week. These little children need to know that you're okay and that it's not their fault and that you love them whatever goes on in the home, and that a new normal can be fun. Have you guys enjoyed your new normal?
Yes,
I'm so excited.
especially the golf.
Golf is awesome. I love you guys, and I love you for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to Disability Life TV. We'll see you again soon. God
Bye.
bless. Bye-bye.